So I decided to head to work early today, which of course nowadays means walking down the hallway. And I thought I'd have breakfast at work, which of course is the kitchen, before heading into the office, the lounge. So folks, how's lockdown going? Comment below and maybe share your funniest COVID meme. Keep it family friendly, please. And don't forget to comment or to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get the latest updates that are coming through from CMNZ. Well, I thought it'd be good to talk about staying connected. I've been reading through the resurrection account recently, Luke's account, chapter 24. And in that account, we see the two angels talking to the woman at the tomb. And as they do that, they tell him to remember what Jesus had taught them already about the fact that he wasn't just going to die, but he was going to rise again on the third day. And there's a really cool verse that comes after that, which simply says, and they remembered his words. And I thought, wow, that's a really interesting thing to think about at this time, because yeah, there are lots of challenging circumstances out there that are really unusual and have, I guess, completely changed our lives. But one thing that hasn't changed is God and his word. But whose voice am I listening to? Am I listening to the voices potentially of fear out there, or even in my own heart and mind? Or am I listening to God and his word? Now, I know that probably all sounds a little bit sort of simplistic and possibly a bit trite, and I get that because, hey, I'm the same. I'm really good at giving sage, wise advice, especially when I'm in a good mood, and I can say wonderfully important things like, have you prayed about that? And to the poor person who's going through a tough time. But it suddenly changes when I'm the one struggling. I don't find it quite so easy to take my own advice when it's me who's having the challenges or difficulties. And almost find it a little bit galling when my beloved wife reminds me of my very own words and says, well, have you prayed about it? And of course I get a little bit annoyed with that until I think about it and say, well, she's not actually giving me the answer. She's pointing me to someone who has the answer, and that's God. And so yeah, it does sound a little bit simplistic, a little bit trite, especially if you're going through tough times, but it doesn't mean it's not true. And I think in these times that we're facing now, it is important that we take time to remember God and his word, because it's God's word that transformed the situation for the two at the tomb from darkness to light, from despair to hope. And it's God's word that can transform your lives and mine from the difficulties that we're facing, from feeling like we're overwhelmed, to turn us towards a God who is far bigger than any of the problems that we're facing. So I hope that you're all well, and I encourage you to stay safe and to stay connected. Nigel out.